Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream of the weekly free instant tournament. Let me just check the kitchen here to see if everything is streaming correctly before we go to Bridge Base. We share the screen. And here we go. So the weekly free instant tournament is updated every Friday. And you can find it in the Solitaire tab here, weekly free instant tournament. And this is match point scoring. So let's dive in with a 15 high card point hand. Clearly, I think the most popular bid here will be 3 spades, but it's not a comfortable 3 spades. We would like more spades, less hearts, less club stoppers. There are many reasons to widen our choice of bids here. The 3 club stoppers are the 2 club stoppers in the 3 card club holding is probably very good for no trumps. If the ace of clubs were the king, I would not bid 3 spades because of the risk of the club ruffs. But here, this is a really interesting situation. We have many possibilities. 3 spades is very likely to win play partner. He has a reasonable hand without spade support and club. Good club holding to bid no trump on his own. What can he do? I think I'm talking, well, another possibility is double. But of course, diamonds is partner's most likely length, and he bids diamonds will be. I think I'm talking myself into 3 no trumps, although I still believe that 3 spades will be most popular. I'll go with 3 no trumps. I think it gives fewer problems to partner, unless he has like no diamond stopper and West has 6 solid or something like that. Okay, that's a welcome development. The double and the 4 hearts from partner, we are probably in the right spot. Yeah. Unorthodox route there, but we are probably in the right spot. And indeed, 4 hearts is probably going down on a spade rough, losing 2 spades, a rough, and a diamond. But partner has a very weak hand. We could hope for more. And to play in 4 hearts is clearly not horrible. We count our tricks here. After this first 3 tricks, we have to hope that ace king of trumps will eliminate all trump losers, which is probably right, unless he ruffed with a singleton. He did, but no big deal. We can claim here, losing the heart queen, which is guarded, and the diamond queen. We just rough clubs in them, and there's no, we go down to. Intriguing hand, 71%, even though we went down to. Let's look at what other people did. They may end in 4 spades doubled. Well, nobody was doubled, but let's see how these guys went to spades. So they started with a double, then couldn't keep quiet. Intriguing situation. Anyway, here we go on the next board. This is a much easier takeout double, right? We have 15 in perfect shape. We're ready for any action from partner. And we have extras that enable us to go to 4 hearts. The big problem in a live setting would be we'd like to think about what we will do over 4 spades, because it's very likely that human players will sacrifice in 4 spades over 4 hearts. And so some established partnerships would have agreements here, especially over the use of the double now. It shouldn't be a proposal to penalize three spades because they should have plenty of spades. And when we double one spade, we are usually short in spades. So it's very, very strange to think that we would like to defend three spades double here without having overcalled one on trump, for example. And so we could do some work, some systemic work in differentiating our heart raises by using the double here. But of course, the robot will not understand that. We have to be four hearts and think later. Usually in human bridge, you should think before, so as to not give away your problem by thinking at the critical juncture. But here with the robots, we can just do the obvious, and now we think. And partner's pass, if we could trust him, would be inviting further bidding, if we could trust him. So if he had a hand that was bad for declaring in five hearts, he should double, regardless of his spade holding, by the way. And the decision between double and pass from north is all about how adequate is our hand for declaring hearts. You don't need trump tricks to double here, in other words, from north. And in our position, their insistence on spades is good news and bad news. It's good news because it means that probably all our honors, including partners, are working. We shouldn't have a lot of honors in spades, maybe none, opposite our singleton. But on the other hand, he may be shorter than we would like. He has two or even one spade. He has losers elsewhere. We would prefer him to have three spades, but that is not very likely given the opponent's bidding. Each of his little spades would be an extra trick. Think of it like in this way, because he should have five hearts at least for the three heart bid. He can bid with four, but he has a double available. And I think the robots would use the double of two spades as heart showing. Not sure though. But I think he should have five hearts. And if I could bet my life on that, I think I would bid five hearts here. But I can't. He may have four hearts. The robots are not really reliable bidders, so I have to double, I think. And take the money, if there is money to be taken. Okay. The robot doesn't signal at all. Another shortcoming of the robots. We can probably cash another diamond. Maybe. You don't know who has a third diamond. Could be partner, could be declarer. But it's very unlikely that declarer has a singleton club. So we should be ready to duck a club. Think of it like that. The partner has, declarer has about three diamonds, at most three diamonds. He has at most three hearts. So, well, it's possible that he has 6-3, 3-1. It's not as clear cut as it will appear at first sight, but I think we should establish heart tricks. Maybe declarer has two clubs with the queen and two hearts with the ace, something like that. So we will have to switch to hearts before any club discards are established in his hand. The worry about shifting to hearts is that we might be helping declarer with a heart guess, but that was a lesser risk. Now we found who had the third diamond, and so now we have an easy duck of the club. That is a problem we should be thinking about, by the way, since the beginning of the hand. So we know that declarer has at most 6 spades, at most, because partner has 2. And he has only 2 diamonds. So he can have 4 hearts because partner bid hearts. And so we have an easy duck of the club here. In other words, the shape, the Clara's shape, in human terms, we should be ready for this and play quickly, of course. But here we can discuss the hand. He will lose a heart and as many clubs as we have to cash. The key point is that he didn't have a singleton club. We knew that because the count of his hand was 6 spades. We knew that 2 diamonds were known, and at most 3 hearts. If Parda had only 4, sorry. So he had at least 2 clubs, right? He had at most 6 spades, 3 hearts, 2 clubs, and 2 diamonds, and that enabled us to duck safely. And we got a tremendous score here, 96%, because we were defending ineffectively, but we didn't do anything. Maybe they cashed the queen of diamonds. I think people who are defeating only 1 trick are cashing the ace king queen of diamonds. Yeah, that establishes the Clara's 9th trick. Okay, 19 high card points. Have to open our beta minor and then jump in no trumps, unless something like this happens. They are showing the majors here. 2 hearts is simple preference. We could even have only 2 hearts. We double here as a takeout double, and we have the goods for it. But our strength is so concentrated in their suits that maybe we shouldn't be participating in this bidding. I think we should quit and defend 2 hearts. And we probably can cash the diamonds, but as I expected, the apparent defense would be to take away the Clara's trumps to prevent him from ruffing spades. So let's do that. I was thinking of leading the ace of hearts, which would be a very strange lead with a double to ace and queen of trumps, but every indication was that the king of hearts was in dummy. The king of hearts was in dummy. So he will ruff very likely only 1 spade in his hand. Partner should have the jack of hearts, I think, unless the Clara has 4 hearts. Yes, he has 4 hearts. And that means that he has a lot of... He will lose only, at this point, only 1 spade, because we lead a minor, he loses the spade and dummy is high. So we can just cash the spade and concede. This was, Parda has a very intriguing hand, and this is a good setup to discuss how you should defend against that 2 club bid. Obviously, the robot is not aware, but he has a cheap and effective 2 diamond bid over 2 clubs. This should be non-forcing. It should be mostly this kind of hand, a weak hand with long diamonds. And we lost a trick here compared to some. I don't like to lose tricks. Let's see. How did they get extra tricks? I can see how. Oh, I can see how. He got an overruff in clubs. And this defense is actually quite effective. Ace, king of diamonds and a diamond. Probably not for the reason that the player chose it, but because it's forcing dummy to use the Clara to use a trump that he doesn't want to use ruffing diamonds. He would like to use it as a spade ruffer or as an entry to spades. But still, that jack of hearts is a big threat. Now ace of spades, if he had just cashed the ace of spades before leading the next spade, would probably, let's consider this. He had at this point here, he has five tricks, ace of spades, trick 6, spade rough with the jacks, trick 7. And then the club will be over roughed. Is missing something to rough and dummy. He'll score only one more heart. Yeah, interesting hand, but the key thing here was for us to declare, and partner had enough extras to get into the bidding with a 2-diamond bid, I think. Of course, we could have doubled 2 hearts, but if all we needed for the double of 2 hearts to be not as successful is for partner to have a more balanced hand and a weaker hand. So East was very weak, and with a great fit in hearts, he could have more and less hearts. And in that case, we would not like to participate in this bid. Okay, 13 high card points. 4th hand. Partner is bidding hearts. We could just pass because partner is a pass hand and we don't see a lot of chances for game. But passing with 4 trumps is clearly losing bridge here, especially since we're not ashamed of our opening bid. Partner may have a weird hand with which he may even invite or perhaps even go to game, something like a 5-5, and wasn't able to open. And most important, we don't want to give West an easy entry into the bidding. Most likely to land a bidding, and if partner can't make 2 hearts with this kind of support, the opponents can clearly do something. So this lead establishes our clubs. Hearts should be 3-2 because they're not bidding anything, and they have 18 high card points. So let us. We have no rush to play spades because they will be forced to play spades at some point. Well, we do have rushes to play spades actually. Let us try. This is a more interesting situation than I thought. Because we want to discard a spade and then lead a spade, but we don't have entries for that. To discard after, to lead the spade after the discard. So the question is, should we lead the spade now? No, there's no way in which this can help. So let's get an extra entry here. Okay, but now you lead ace of diamonds and a diamond. And our only shot is that somebody has a short diamond owner and a lot of spades. Maybe. No. So now we make 2 more tricks. And we hope that the ace of spades is offside. Let's do a little. East has a king, queen of clubs. And the queen of diamonds. He has the ace of spades, that's 11. So it's not impossible that the ace of spades is offside, but it was onside. He had 11. But it wouldn't help. If we had led a spade earlier, they would cash 2 spades, a club, and eventually a diamond, because the discard in the 4th club wouldn't help. There was no good solution there. Let's see, the double tone club had two trumps too. So if you do only 2 rounds of trumps and established clubs, him ducking, and he led a diamond, then we could cash the 4th club, discarding a spade, and then go lead a trump to our hand. That would work. That it's quite against the odds. Okay, let me give a word from our sponsor here. And this is our Facebook group. Oops, there is a message here. Facebook group for developing your bridge skills. And I would like to warn everybody who is interested in, I'll hold a Q&A session tomorrow, Tuesday at 10 a.m. And if you want the details You just click here on this link and register at the Bridge Academy. There are plenty of interesting videos there, many for free. And there you'll find a link to a Zoom session, which will be where we'll hold the Q&A. So bring any questions that you have, questions about bidding systems, question about difficult hands, opening leads, and anything that comes to mind. And we go back here to this interesting situation because we can't be quite sure that the opponents will have a say when we have so few cards in the majors. We should begin with 1 diamond because diamonds may be our best suit. Particularly, they have something like 3-3 in the minors, or even 4-4 with worse. 4-4, it's not really. Let's start with 1 diamond and keep the clubs in reserve. And now, partner is showing a balanced hand. My instinct is all about 5 clubs here and running away from no trumps. But there is no rush. 3 spades is apparently the robot will take it as a club raise. That's perfect. And now I can accept his judgment. He should be weak and balanced with good spades. Yeah, pretty much what he has here. And clearly no trumps is a fine spot. Since he has the exact cards, ace and king, to cover our losers, 6 clubs was great also. 6 clubs is, even 7 clubs is a very nice contract. But we are in no trumps, and so we are outscoring 5 clubs for sure. It's always good. Let's see if we get a cover here. No cover, so we should just continue. Clubs are 2-2. So we have 11 tricks, and we should keep running our clubs in the hope that somebody will unguard diamonds. King, queen, jack of spades are with West. We have what we call a double squeeze if he has the diamond guard. Very likely, actually. Or even what we call a guard squeeze here. Looks like King jack of spades. If he had 2 spade honors, he would set up a finesse. He didn't. He discarded a diamond and a spade so far. And 2 spades. He started with this diamond discard looks like 5s. Can it be 5? 5 spades and 4 hearts. 2-2. If that is the case, should cash the ace of spades now. Yeah, we should cash the ace of spades now. Of course, another discard. He discarded 2 hearts. If he had 5 diamonds to begin with, now he has only 1 heart. No, it doesn't help because we don't have entries. Oh, shucks. We needed 1 more trick for this to be really useful. We could duck a diamond, but that would be less fun. This was not. And we didn't have any communications after running the clubs. So maybe, no, he discarded the diamond on the 4th club when we lost communication, right? If he had discarded the diamond on the 3rd club, we should switch to diamonds, but he didn't. He discarded the spade first. Yeah, if he had discarded the diamond here, we could switch to diamonds. It was at this point where dummy has no side entries that he discarded the diamond, so we were right dead at this point. Anyway, now we have 14. Let's go with a normal 1 club. Some people will open 1-0 trump here, I'm quite sure. Not my cup of tea. And we have two aces to lose, maybe a club and a spade. The defense is unfortunately attacking spades, clubs, which is their best suit. I can keep this finesse in reserve. I don't have any rush to do it. And maybe if I find ace of hearts in West, I have time to establish a discard, maybe. No. Now, should I try this finesse? Probably not. 8 of clubs was the lead. 8 of clubs. East apparently has the ace, the two aces, and he's a passed hand. But he can have the two queens. He can have one of the queens or none of the queens. Why is he leading the 8 of clubs? My alternative plan to the finesse here is to hop with the ace, hope that he has a double. And so, and then I try to capture West in an end play here. It's a big position because East may have the queen all along. And if he has a queen of clubs, he doesn't have the queen of spades. So I risk going down. That 8 of clubs against the two red aces. And we bid clubs. Why would he lead the 8 of clubs from the queen? Should he has two aces? You have to choose a spade lead, a lead. I will hop with the ace. And let's try out the ace of hearts. No queen of clubs. That's good news. So now we could ruff a diamond and lead a club and hope that he doesn't have the third trump. The third trump should be the guy that has a double to club. It should be there. And the diamond, the non-heart switch doesn't give a lot of info because he doesn't know that we have the queen of diamonds. It's hidden. Or I can just run my ruff a diamond, run the hearts, and try to read the ending. That gives me a chance even for an over trick. Doesn't look like it. I don't want to get this guess at the end. Maybe he says 5 diamonds. This is most likely hand is something like 5 diamonds, 3 hearts. It's very likely that he has a third trump. If he has 2 clubs only, very, very likely. But on the other hand, he has 2 clubs and 3 spades. We could like make an over trick. And match points has this kind of annoying aspect. Spades 3-3 with a queen on side. Everybody and his uncle will be making an over trick. And if the hand is as it looks like it is, with West having 5 clubs, 2 hearts, 3 diamonds, and 3 spades, roughing a diamond and running hearts enables us to go down 2 because we'll have to guess spades at the end. There's no indication that I can see, and I'm thinking a lot more than usual. Well, there is one. Good. Now his first hand is his first to speak. He has 2 red aces. He shouldn't have the jack of diamonds for this defense. Doesn't have, apparently has only 2 clubs. Yeah, the queen of spades can be anywhere. I think it's more fun to play for it the offside. So let's rough the diamond and lead the club. Much more fun to play for it to be offside. Yeah. And claim. Let's see. No, it was onside. So we could have gotten more tricks. And diamonds were 4-4. We could have gotten plenty more tricks just by, well, not more tricks, the same amount of tricks by finessing his spades. You wouldn't finesse the 9, and so we would still lose a spade at the end. We would make 3 spades, 5 hearts with a rough, a diamond, and 2 clubs. No, 4 hearts. 4 hearts with a rough, 2 spades, 3 spades, 7, 1 diamond, 8, ace and king of clubs, 10. Okay, 15 high card points. A hand that many people will open 1-0 trump. I'm not a big fan of 1-0 trump with spades. If my suit were hearts, I would be much more inclined to do it. But I hate missing spades. And having bid spades, we have to bid only 2 clubs. Now we have a 3-0 trump acceptance. Maybe he will prefer to play no trumps. Nope. He went to 4 spades. If spades are breaking, we have 5 spades, 3 diamonds, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds and 2 clubs. Right? That's 9. We need to keep an entry to those diamonds in dummy. And we could have to decide whether to rough, right? To rough a heart, but that's kind of risky, especially after this lead. I think my best hope is to just draw trumps. The main danger is a club rough. So let's draw trumps and try to get a heart trick at the end somehow. Okay, trumps were 3-2. Let's take them out and lead the jack of diamonds. Okay, that solves our possible 10th trick. So now we can claim. Trumps might have done better depending on how they lead. If they lead a heart and hearts are 5-3 with the ace of diamonds. In that case, we would make only 9 tricks, like 5 spades, 2 clubs, and 1 heart, 8 tricks only. Well, that is exactly the case, but obviously West will lead the queen of clubs against trumps as well. 60% is kind of a surprise, but anyway. 13 high card points for the last deal, and partner's a best hand. Usually with this shape, we can, if we want to bid something, it's either double or 2 diamonds. I think my hand is more like a double, enabling partner to compete in spades more comfortably. And now we have to lead I don't want to lead for anything here. Can I pass? I would like to lead a trump, but not the singleton ace. This bidding. I don't like the diamond lead at all. It's trump or a spade. Partner bid spades. And who is long in spades? East or west? Not easy to know. I think I'll have to lead the trump here, which is something that goes against my inclinations. Now that I know that dummy is 4-3-3-3, as it usually is when you lead a trump. But at least we didn't lead the diamonds. Now we can switch to spades and hope. The partner has a jack. Hope that we get all our minor suit tricks. All that are entitled to us. We have to unblock this. The queen of spades appears to be an important card because we don't want to get in played in any variant. We're unblocking here too, but this is not really important because we are in played right now. We tried our best, but it looks like we are in played after all. But declarer should have 5-4-2-2, so apparently partner has singleton diamond. So we have to hope that partner has a king of hearts as well. No, declarer had 3 spades. So declarer has 5-3-3-2. Our only hope here is that declarer will misguess diamonds, but doesn't look likely. Leading a club, which is not, partner has to follow suit. So it's just the same thing. Partner did his best leading the low card, but still declarer was able to win play us. Nicely played. We tried to escape this end play, but we couldn't quite do it. So curiously, if we had led the king of diamonds in, we would have a diamond ruff. And so that was the best lead, even though it gave a trick in the suit, but it saved the trick later by the ruff. And by not leading it, maybe we could have foreseen that. Maybe I couldn't. Dummy was quite strong. And partner quite weak. I would expect the balance of strength between the two players to be a little bit different given the bidding. Partner to have a little bit more, dummy to have a little bit less, and more distribution. That's what I think I was expecting. Anyway, 52%. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow at the Q&A. Go to bridgeacademy.locals.com. Let me show you what you should look for there to get, here it is, this post. Bring your questions, and the Zoom link is, you click in the post, and the Zoom link is at the end of the post. Here it is. So click here tomorrow 10 a.m. and join our Q&A. Thank you, and until next time.